So, as I said, like Andrea Stella said before, that they're not going to change their approach to drivers for the drivers' championship when they win the constructors. I think he said that before Baku. And listen, I understand Andrea Stella saying that because they want to present the brand of McLaren really well. They want to keep the drivers happy, especially for the long term. They don't want to get too personal between these two, especially for the future of McLaren. If they want to continue win more championships, I understand that. But at the same time, sorry, that's the sound from the dog's background. But sorry, but I think yes, I understand Andrea Stella saying that, and yes, they want to keep the drivers' relationship under control. But at the same time, this is a fight for the World Drivers' Championship. Do you really expect them to be nicey each other all the time? No, you can't expect that. This is a fight for the World Drivers' Championship. This is high level of motorsport. This is not amateur level. So this papaya rules thing has to stop. This BS thing has to stop. But of course, it's not going to stop because listen, McLaren are letting them race. They are letting them race. Like if they people saying they're not letting them race, I don't agree with that. They are letting them race. Like if they're not letting them race, then why the Singapore thing happened? Why didn't Norris did Norris go his elbows out with Oscar? Why did Oscar pass Lando in Belgium? Even though Lando had a battery issue, if I'm not mistaken, in Belgium. Why did Lando pass Oscar in Imola? So these questions has why why they let them have a good fight in Austria and Canada, even though it ended badly at the end. Like why? If they're not letting them race according to the people, they are letting them race. But the problem is of McLaren is that they're telling them to race, but they're not. They're trying to not let them like race by freedom. Let's say they are like race each other, race hard, but don't do this, don't do that. Like where is the limit? Where's the line drawn here? Like there needs to be more clarification from McLaren because this Pyro route thing is BS. So yeah, and for Red Bull, Verstappen saying that it could be a very difficult 2026 season for Red Bull, especially with the Ford engine, and especially Laura Mekker said a couple of weeks ago that they don't expect to be ahead of the teams like Mercedes, McLaren, for example, teams who have Mercedes engines, like Mercedes, McLaren, and maybe even Williams. So listen, taking this Ford engine, however, Pierre Wache said that it looks promising. I don't know. Like I don't know which to believe, honestly. I honestly don't know which to believe, but for taking this Ford engine in 2026 is a risk. It's a risk, that's for sure. Yes, they took a risk before Red Bull with the Honda engine, where it was obviously a failure with McLaren the second time, and it worked at the end. They won championships. So can they afford to take that risk again? Will it pay off again? Let's see. But we don't know. Let's see what happens. Hopefully McLaren will. Sorry. Hopefully Red Bull, not like be bottom of the teams. If the Ford engine is not good, because we want to see top teams like not all the teams actually competing. We will see teams like, as a Formula 1 fan, I want to see all the top teams competing. I want to see like Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, Williams, Aston Martin, those teams like competing for each other for the top spots. I want to get it very very competitive, as much as it can. So I don't want like as a Formula 1 fan, I don't want like a one team where it destroys everybody, destroys the competition, and because next year it could be like that, just like 2014, where it's probably the biggest change in Formula 1 in history, alongside 2014, and then one season where one team gets it right and then they dominate everybody, like Mercedes did in 2014. So let's hope it doesn't go in that case for next year. Hopefully it will be very very competitive between the 5-6 teams. I know it's impossible, but I hope that will be the case. So as a Formula One fan because I want Formula One to get as much as competitive as it can be. So yeah, but let's see what happens. But my predictions for the sprint and for the race. Um, yeah, let's look at the midfield teams. Sorry, the rest of the teams because I don't want to forget them. You look at the other teams. Aston Martin looked quite good in Singapore. Let's see what they can do. Williams had a very good start, a very good season. Can they hold on to that P5 position constructors? Let's see. We got Aston Martin, like I said, who looked very very good in the last couple of races. Alpine, not something special. V-Carb, they've looked quite decent. Haas, obviously, the new livery they bought, amazing livery for this Grand Prix Austin. Let's see what they can do. Behrman had a good performance in Singapore. Let's see what he can do this weekend. Kick Sauber, I don't expect something special from them. So yeah, my predictions. Sprint ball. I'm going for Max Verstappen. I think Max Verstappen will get sprint pole. And who will win the sprint? Who's my top three sprint? I'm going for top three sprint. Okay, third position. I'm going for Lando Norris. Second position, I'm going for Oscar Piastri. And first position, Max Verstappen. I think Max Verstappen will win the sprint. Oh, you know what? No, Max Verstappen first, Lando Norris second, Oscar Piastri third. Pole position for qualifying, I'm going for Oscar Piastri to get pole position. And then for the race, I expect Oscar Piastri to win the race. Second position, Lando Norris. And third position, George Russell. That's my prediction. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going for George Russell to finish third. I'm going for George Russell to finish third. So, yeah, sprint pole, Max. Sprint win, Max. First, then second, Lando. Third, Oscar. And then quali pole, Oscar. And then race, Oscar first, Lando second, George third. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you. Wish you have a nice day. See you next time and bye.